Welcome back to the 2014 McCormick Cup here at Fletcher's Fields. Two sides, the Toronto Scottish lining up in their all-white kit, and of course the Balmy Beach will be out shortly, and of course the pipe bands are playing the tradition of Scotland. In the box, here's the Balmy Beach walking out, folks, and Matt King is going to be doing the play-by-play. I'll be assisting with colour, and I'm Lindsay O'Connor, and of course Jeremy Stewart's in the box. Talk about an all-international crew today to bring this game. Matt, looking good, aren't they? And the ground looks great.
They are, Lindsay. Usually it's quite the conditions here on McCormick Cup Day. Usually a little bit colder, usually a little bit rainier, a lot wetter. But this is turning out to be quite the day. I think these are two teams that like to run the ball, play with some flair. And I have the feeling we're in for quite a treat today with some run-and-gun rugby. As the teams line up here, we are just going to go to the official pre-match program.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2014 McCormick Cup final between the Toronto Scottish and Balmy Beach. The officials in charge of today's match are Andrew Hosey, and the assistant referee is Karen Osada, and assistant referee Daniel Garner. So they'll be lean out the front in the start lines. And of course, we wish Andrew Hosey all the best in here in the final of the 2014 Cup. Now let's have a look at the starting lineup for the Toronto Scottish.
We've got number 6, Matt Richardson. Number 7, Tim Richardson. And at 8, Peter Wilson. For your backs, scrum half number 9, Dan Bissington. At number 10, we've got Dan Gordon. For your centers, number 11, David O'Dwyer. Number 12, Alan McGuinn. Number 13, Rahim Dorsami. On the wing, we've got Elaine Cookson, and on fullback, we've got Andrew Denver.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Balmy Beach lineup.
Number 1, Chris Sopick. Number 2, John Mackey. Number 3, Craig Telfer. Your second rows, we've got number 4, John Heron. Number 5, Hayden Murray. Your flankers. Number 6, Tony Wadzicki. Number 7, Gerard Conway. And at 8, we've got Mark McSween. Your backs, scrum half, number 9, Brendan Doris. At number 10, we've got Hayden Gage. On wing, we've got Steve McFadden. Number 14, Ryan McSween. Your centers, number 12, Tyler Allen. Number 13, Sean Golwin. And at fullback, number 15, Connor McCann.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm rugby welcome to the MP and Under Secretary for the Prime Minister, Mr. Paul Calandra, accompanied by the President of Rugby Ontario, David Nielsen, to meet both teams.
Hayden Murray, Connor McCann, Gerard Conway, Conway 20, Big Bird again, James Tony Wadzicki, Brendan, Big Trade, Shane Pierce, Damian Mark McSween, Ryan McSween, their brothers, Tyler Allen. 12.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to ask you all to stand, remove your hats, and face the Canadian flag. We're going to do a minute of silence for our rugby people throughout the year that have passed on, and also a silence for our armed forces, the military, recently in Ottawa, and of course in Montreal, and Nathan Cirillo. Please show a minute's respect, and also Mark Vincent from Montreal. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And that was remembrance for Patrick Vincent, I should say, from Montreal also. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the Canadian National Anthem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We hand it over to referee Hosey to get this 2014 McCormick final underway. Well, all the official ceremonies are done, Matt. Quite impressive, wasn't it?
Not bad at all. I thought
great,
the announcing was
great
pretty
PA,
impressive.
hustle, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a really impressive PA there.
But there's the Toronto Scottish in the circle, just having the last little chat. What would they be saying?
I think they'll be talking about how to prepare against the Beach. There's some interesting matchups coming today. I think the Scottish, their scrum has been quite a force all season so far, particularly their front row has been dominant. And in the centers, DeRamsey has been a force for them all year. And they'll be likely looking to get the ball to that man number 13 quite a bit to punch holes in the Beach defense.
And Vincent Stewart's here in the commentary box with us, ex-international, played on the 7th Circuit, played in many McCormick Cups. Jeremy, Balmy Beach, pretty calm, ready to go.
Yeah, they've been here before. They know what to expect. They've been here many years. Just looking at the list, again, Hayden Gage, again, played in many finals with a lot of the other guys on here. So they've got the experience. They should be I don't want to say calm, no final's ever calm, and they know the Scottish are really going to come after them. So the Scottish want a win. They want to take this away. They want to have that accolade that the Beach basically covets. So
good crowd here at Fletcher's Fields, watching, building up. We're using the backfield because the main stadium pitch is under construction. Hosey gets it underway. It just brings it down outside the 22.
Good kick there from Connor McCann. The Scottish collect it nicely and are electing to run it out of their own end. Again, the conditions here relatively dry, not too much of a wind. And they are a run and gun team, so they'll start running from their own end here to see what they can create with their creative back line. Visinton here moving it out to Gordon. Gordon with McGigan on the outside. They choose to put it on the foot down the field. McCann collects it nicely. Expect some magic from this guy today. Case in point, here he goes. He's quite the talent over the top. There he is. Lots of pressure on them already. Beach starting off well. Kick blocked and into touch there. You can see, again, Connor McCann, an absolute splendid talent. We'll see lots of magic from him all day.
And let's have a look at this replay, Jeremy. And of course, you see McCann just right up, the Scottish trying to clear that ball. That was a good move by McCann.
Fantastic move. Cut to the outside, turn on the jets, and again, very smart with the little chip to get it out.
Here we go. It's brought down, line out. The Scottish nicely back to punt it out, but they don't put it into touch here. Ball goes to McCann. Let's see what he can do again. He's got a bit of space there. The rest of his back three partners with him. The Beach moving up the right side here again, putting it to the boot, putting the ball in behind, and lots of pressure on the Scottish. They're really going to make them work to get out of the pressure here. Dan Gordon punts it down the field, and that eventually goes into touch. Good clearance from him.
Yeah, good clearance there because it brings the play. Scottish a wee bit nervous starting off, Matt.
I'm not sure if it's a fact of the Scottish being nervous. I really think that the Beach pressure has been great so far. They've been putting the ball on their foot in behind over the Scottish defense, and as we all know, the kick is only as good as the chase. They've been really chasing well and putting on pressure after they kick it. Here's John Mackey throwing the ball in. He's been doing well, just transitioned to hooker this year from back row. He was captain of the academy this year, who won the TRUB, now moved up to the TRUA, and he is a cornerstone of this team now at hooker. As the Beach backline move it out wide, little fumble there, and turned over to DeRamsey, who brings it in. Lots of Scottish over top to secure that ball. Good run there from then, a few meters over the gain line. And the Scottish again sticking to their running style. There's John Mangold making good yardage there. He'll be doing that all day. Big man, good runner. McGigan off to DeRamsey. He'll cause the Beach a lot of problems today. Strong running from him. Visinton puts the ball over the top, but no, it goes to Juros. Juros at the left touchline, tries to feed it off to McSween. I think that ball's bobbled forward. That'll be advantage for the Scottish. Referee Hosey blows it up. This will be a scrum down for the Toronto Scottish.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there. Great chip to try to get over top, and fantastic hands to catch that ball. On the way back, again, just trying to put it out to Ryan McSween on the wing to take it in, but again, just a little bit too much confusion there with the Scottish, and ball said, again, great hands to turn the ball back up the field.
You can see the intent that the Beach have with their attack. They're just putting everything into this, and they'll likely be doing that all game. They've got so much talent in that back line, so much flair. They'll constantly be putting pressure on the Scottish. Again, these teams have met a couple times in the regular season. Beach won both occasions. One was a slight blow, it has to be said, but the other one was quite close, only a few points in it. And the Scottish on any day can be the best team in the league here. The Beach will have their hands full, but are likely to be the favorites on the day. Ball comes out cleanly here. Gordon puts out to McGigan, slides through here as O'Dwyer tries to move it out to his back line. Ball goes to ground, and they still manage to hang on to it. Ruck on the far side of the field here. Beach defense well structured. And this is going to be a penalty for the Scottish. Beach tackler not rolling away to make the ball available. And the Scottish now will have a line out deep in the Beach territory, their first big attacking opportunity. And pardon me, they're actually going to go for goal. This is quite the angle here. Quite a ways out, and a difficult kick for the first one on the day. So this will draw first blood here for the Scottish if this goal attempt is going to be successful. Here from Millen Cookson, a nifty runner and also a very good kicker for the Scottish.
Yeah, that goes worth mentioning that good placement by the Scottish to get that ball out, to get it all the way across the field. A little bit of a miss, but there was no knock on there, so Beach couldn't capitalize on getting it back, and we'll see what happens here.
Cookson strikes it well. He's got the distance, and the flags go up, and that's 3 points for the Scottish. They draw first blood and are in the lead 3-0.
Penalty kick to Miller Cookson. Toronto Scottish 3, Balmy Beach 0. 5 minutes and 43 seconds to play.
Connor McCann restarts the game, similar kick as before. Scottish are unable to collect it this time, and that's going to be a knock on the Beach. You're going to have a nice attacking opportunity. Scrum the left-hand side of the field. That means they'll have the scrum half on the short side of the field. Pardon me. This is going to be a penalty, so now it's the Beach with a great attacking opportunity. Unlike the Scottish, they're electing to kick and take the line out. They're really backing themselves.
Yeah, so they're deep in the end zone now. So again, they've, to your point before, Matt, they've got a lot of confidence in their forwards, so they think they can take this, probably push it through.
And it looks like they do take it, not cleanly though. And this maul is going to be dropped down into a ruck, and they're going to move it out to the back line. Hitting it up in the middle of the centers. Well tackled there by the Scottish defense. Beach choose to go back on the short side. Managed to keep it alive. John Heron takes it in, the tree as they call him. Still on his feet here, moving forward, still going, finally brought down. Numbers over top, that's going to be easily won by the Beach. Flat ball off to the forwards, stopped right at the gain line. And again, they'll win that one fairly cleanly. And be able to move another flat ball off to the backs. Looks like Hayden Gage slots through. Not able to get the pass away. They're 5 meters away from the goal line. They got numbers on both sides. Choose to go to the right. Here's Connor McCann all on his own. Still on his feet. Waits enough for the support to get there. This is going to be a scrappy ruck here as he was all on his own, but they do recycle it. Beach making good inroads here. Again, 5 meters away from the try line. Duros moves it out to Telford. Telford takes it up. Held up there by the Scottish defense. This is a maul now. The Beach need to get this one back if they want to keep it alive. It's brought down to ground. Duros moves it out to Gage. Gage, deep ball off to McCann, and right through the gap, and that is going to be a try for the Beach. Well orchestrated try. And that was Sean Gollan. Great angle from him. Good decision from Hayden Gage to throw the deep ball behind the shallow forwards. We'll look at the replay here. Great angle from that man there. Well scored. Good decoy runners up flat. And that is going to put the Beach now in the lead 5-3 with a conversion to come.
Yeah.
Try scored by Sean Gallen for the Balmy Beach.
Again, if you want to go back to the beginning there with Hayden Gage, that obviously a fantastic move. Little juke, broke through the line. Got stopped obviously just short of it, but the Beach kept their momentum going. Moved all the way to the right side of the field and brought it all the way to the back again. Set up by Hayden Gage, and just a fantastic run in by Gallen. Kind of made it easy to put it on the ground.
It has to be said, Hayden did play a major role in making that try happen. First made the break to get them up there. And as you said, Jeremy, yeah, good decision to put that ball deep behind the shallow forward runners to Gallen there, who was taking great angle and split right through the Scottish defense. Very well orchestrated. Well taken by the tree. Johnny Heron there recycles it cleanly off to Hayden Gage. He'll send up flat ball to Allen. Gallen's over top. A few other Beach players win that cleanly. The Beach are going to keep running here. McSween takes it up. He's barreled by 2 Scottish players. Still recycled, and they're moving out to the left side here. And Tony Wadzicki, number 6, chooses to kick it. Good pressure on Gordon. Great tackle from him. Not quite held, though. He's able to get back up and feed off to, this is O'Dwyer here, who makes a nice run. Scottish here, good attacking platform, good shape here. McGigan pops it off to one of the Richardson brothers. And that's a penalty for the Scottish there, likely another 3 points for them. That's within kicking distance.
Yeah, great control of the ball by the Scottish right from the beginning there, all the way down, and just good movement, very good support, moving them across the field. Good to see. The weather conditions are pretty good, so there shouldn't be much drop ball, but the support was key to get them across.
So Wadzicki there putting the kick in. Good pressure from him again. This has been great from the Beach all day. Gordon gets up because he's not held. Feeds the ball off to O'Dwyer here. Nifty runner. He's been scoring lots of tries for the Scottish this season so far. Recently came from Ireland this year, new to the club. So making a big impact ever since he arrived. This will be Cookson's second attempt at goal. He's successful in the first one. This one's a lot easier than the first. And he puts that one through easily.
Miller Cookson, a penalty. Balmy Beach 7, Toronto Scottish 6.
So it's a 1-point game with 11 minutes gone so far. And we can see how evenly matched these two sides are. Both have plenty of firepower. McCann puts up the shallow kick, just goes 10 in the Beach recovery. Great kick there from McCann. Good recover from the Beach. They choose to go to the short side with McSween, one of the Beach internationals. The Scottish contesting well. Douglas there over top, but not enough from him to steal the ball. A bit of a Donnybrook happening here, looks like, with Wadzicki and Duncan McElroy. And the Beach chooses to move to Allen there, tied up by DeRamsey and Richardson. He's going to have a tough time getting that ball back, but he does. The Beach go back to the short side. Here's Heron, moves it off to Wadzicki. He takes the ball in, tackled there. They haven't made any ground. Heron picks it up, now going forward, still going with it. Tough man to bring down, the big tree. Duros moves it off to McElroy. He takes it in. Good recycling from them. This is Hayden Gage, little jink in the middle, doesn't get much out of it, wrapped up by DeRamsey. This ball is going to be tough to get back. The Beach want to drive this forward, get it going forward as much as they can. If they get this ball out, they'll be quite lucky, but no. Yeah, referee Hosey says it's a scrum for the Scottish because it was a maul and didn't come out there. Well wrapped up by DeRamsey there. He's going to be a force on defense all day, as he just demonstrated there.
Yeah, the Beach coming across needed to, they had numbers on the left side. They really need to get it out a little bit quicker. Again, great numbers, but Scottish was able to shut them down.
Yeah, I think it has to be said that was poor execution there. Running into a person like DeRamsey, you want to keep the ball away from him when you're attacking.
Yeah, great tackler on that. Stop the play dead.
Scrum down here in the middle of the field by the Scottish. They've got good options to run on both sides or to kick. Tough position for the Beach to defend from.
Got some sun coming out. It's nice.
It'll be really nice to dry up the field a bit more and dry up these conditions for these two teams that like to play run and gun rugby. Visintin puts the ball in, moves it out to Gordon. Here's McGigan. Out to Cookson, who grubbers it down the field, and that's going to go into touch. He wanted that to stay on field.
Yeah, just unfortunate there. I mean, great little kick on the wing. But, you know, they've got better field position. They're in halfway.
Cookson there, good intent. He had good go forward there, but didn't manage to keep it on the field. Here's Mackey throwing the ball in, doing very well in his new hooker position. Flat ball there to McSween, who takes it up, gets tackled right at the gain line by one of the Richardson twins. Gage stuck with the ball in the middle again, going up, and he's tackled there by McGigan and Douglas. Recycled well. The Beach have got numbers out here to the right, but they choose not to use it. They've still got, that's unfortunate. They had the numbers, they had the overlap ready, but hanging on there. is John Mackey, who will concede another penalty and give Cookson another shot at goal for the Scottish.
Yeah, this will be his third attempt, and it's he keeps moving more into the center of the field, so he's made the previous two. So this there should be kind of a given, just saying that he's pretty on his game today. Unfortunate that the Beach lost the ball there, but they went into touch, went into a tackle, and just kind of put it forward.
Good shape from the Beach, good intention. I think a couple wrong decisions there, and rather a couple of indecisions really got them into trouble. The Scottish defense will capitalize on poor decision making or any kind of indecision. Cookson here looking to make this 9 points for the Scottish. He strikes that well, and that's right over the middle of the crossbar, and that's going to be 9 points to 7 now. The Scottish.
Penalty kick to Miller Cookson, number 14 for the Toronto Scottish. Toronto Scottish 9, Balmy Beach 7.
The Beach have plenty of firepower, that's quite clear, but they've made just a few moments of indecision here that have let the Scottish stay in the game, and they will do that. They're a good side with a good goal kicker like Cookson, a good fly half like Dan Gordon. They will make you pay. So the Beach have got to be on their toes the whole time. Yeah, and that's obstruction there. Good call from referee Hosey. Not on purpose, so it won't be a penalty. It'll be a scrum accidental obstruction there.
Yeah, to your point, the Scottish haven't made too many mistakes so far. They're kind of breaking their way into the game. They've got the lead, but it's been on Beach penalties. So 3 of those, 9 points. We'll see what the Beach can do here because they're still in their end.
Scottish have made 3 trips into the Beach half and have come away with a score each time. So well done from them. This ball is stolen. And Duros is free here. He's going to move it off over the top. Bounce pass here to Gallen, who collects it well, takes it in, and is recycling this cleanly. Well done from him. Going to go the same way. Again, sloppy ball handling here is just letting the Beach down. They do have the firepower, but not able to get the ball to the right people at the right time with space. Letting the Scottish back into the game.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Matt. It's foiled scrum. Ball came out, but they retained the ball. They put it out wide. They weren't able to get it out too wide, and they unfortunately just wanted to bounce. But they're going to be able to capitalize. You can see that they know what they're going to do, and they just have to execute it.
This first half is moving awfully quickly here. Already almost 20 minutes gone here. And the Scottish now have a scrum in their own half. Wilson will move it off to Visinton. Flat ball to McGigan here. Crashes it up, but he's stopped by 2 Beach defenders quite well. This is going to be a slow ruck here. They look to get the momentum going forward here by Mangold, who does well to get that ball back. Doesn't make much yardage. Scottish accordingly go back to the short side, see if they've got something on there. DeRamsey, hard runner here, and as he's doing all season, he's still going forward here in this grand final here for the McCormick Cup. He's got plenty of support there over the top, center partner, but that's messy out the back, and the Beach look like they've recovered this. Well done from the Beach. Sopik there taking the ball in, win it cleanly. Hayden Gage throws it off to Allen. Allen to Gallen. Gallen throws a deep ball to McCann. McCann throws a switch ball here. And Allen here doing well, the little piglet, to hang on to that ball and recycle it well. His father being a captain and cup winner with the Balmy Beach, who went by the handle Pig. And so now his son, Tyler Allen, goes by the Piglet. Great tackle there from the Scottish. Couldn't quite see who it was. Their defense has been a stalwart all season, and they'll have to be against these potent attackers that the Beach have. Beach still with the ball, building the phases. Another massive tackle there. As the sun comes out, Hayden Gage elects to kick the ball down the field, but Dan Gordon is right under it and marks the ball for the free kick.
Yeah, I don't know about that call right there. It's a great effort by the Scottish. A lot of ground and pound. Unfortunately, they lost it. And then great ball retention coming back by the Beach. So both teams doing exactly what they want to do. But
Gage puts up the contestable ball, but not able to get to Wilson when he catches it. Gordon tries to run over the Beach winger there, but it's turned over. And the Beach will move it wide here, out to Garrod McConvoy. Pops it off to McSween, who's taken down, recycles it cleanly. Duros, well done to put it over the top to identify there's no winger there. Well taken here by number 14 of the Beach, Ryan McSween. He scores a try. That will be his 32nd of the season, which is now a club record for the Balmy Beach. No one has scored more tries than Ryan McSween for the Balmy Beach ever.
Try to Ryan McSween for the Balmy Beach.
Well, Matt, being a former winger, that is absolutely beautiful to see something like that. You dream of those. You dream of that kick going over, nobody being in front of you, and you just pray to God that you don't drop that ball. And when it all goes right, you get your 5 points. So yeah, fantastic try. I can see why he's got 32 this year. He's got good speed, and even with the guy behind him trying to get him down, he was able to keep him off. And yeah, 5 point points for the Beach.
And what a game to do it and to break that record in the grand final, the McCormick Cup.
Yeah.
Now the most prolific scorer for the Balmy Beach Rugby Club of all time, as Connor McCann takes the conversion attempt. It goes wide. The score will remain Balmy Beach 12, Toronto Scottish 9. The lead now changing hands, I believe 4 times already so far in just 21 minutes.
21 minutes gone, Balmy Beach 12, Toronto Scottish 9.
Yeah, and this goes to our question at the beginning and before the game, Matt, who we were asked we thought we'd do in this game, and we kind of both said it was going to go both ways. And as we can see, we were right so far. Both good teams here, both capitalizing on the chances that they have. And to your point, going back and forth 4 times so far in the first 20 minutes. So showing to be a great McCormick Cup so far.
And as tradition has dictated, looks to be a very tight game. Both teams taking every opportunity they have to score the points they need to win. Taking chances here and there, as the Beach have. You can see they are a team that likes to take chances, play with flair. If the Scottish can catch them off guard the odd time, take advantage of that, they could be the victors today. Connor McCann throwing a risky pass there off to his winger. That's booted into touch by the Scottish. Good shape and attack there from the Beach, but again, sloppy ball handling.
Yeah, no, it was clearly looked like it was actually knocked out of his hand. So by I can't see who that was, but looked like Milan Cookson got his arm in there and was able to throw the ball off of him. So again, unfortunate for the Beach, but great defense by Scottish.
Bunting down here for the scrum. You can see the tall second row there for the Balmy Beach Club. Johnny Heron from Belfast, Ireland. He's been a good guy to have in the club for them in lineouts and in scrums. Good ball carrier as well. Beach crash it up in the midfield. Make it to the gain line, recycle it well. And again, running into DeRamsey, never a good idea.
Yeah, great tackle.
Wadzicki been all over the field so far, as a good number 6 does, carrying the ball lots, making good yardage for the Beach. Again, they're just potent attackers all over the place for this team, making inroads left, right, and center. Again, Johnny Heron taking it up, tough man to take down. Just gets a meter over the gain line. The Beach building the phases here, looking to change direction. Again, another grubber through the middle. Lots of pressure here on the Scottish. Great work by the Beach to sustain this pressure on those great kicks put through by the back 3 and by the fly half. Scottish electing to run out here. McGigan's back to kick out. Gordon nowhere in sight, who is generally the kicker for the Scottish. And it's stolen by the Beach. They'll have a chance here.
If they can get this out wide, they'll capitalize. But
Gage pops it back inside to Allen. Good move here from McCann. McSween still with it here, the try scorer. And the referee has called a penalty against the Scottish, so the Beach will have a chance to restart. They tap and go quickly. Wadzicki here taking it up again. Duros calm at the back. Sopik takes it up and doesn't quite make the goal line. Flat ball off to the trailing forwards there. Duros patient behind the ruck. Takes it himself. He sees an opportunity, puts it down, and that's a try.
That's it.
For the scrum half, Duros. And again, the Beach now spread the lead.
Try scored by Doris for Balmy Beach.
Yeah, Matt, the Beach totally controlled the last 2-3 minutes of that, going from the right side of the field all the way to the left side of the field. What I've noticed is their fitness. I'm very impressed. Their forwards are getting back over to the backs. There's a lot of support. Ball handling, when they get stuffed, there's always a forward there to take it over. And good to see a lot of support that led to that try.
And Connor McCann takes the attempt again. Looks like it does go through this time. So I believe I'll stretch the score to...
Conversion to Connor McCann.
I believe they'll stretch the score to 19 points for the Balmy Beach club.
Yeah, the Beach really showing their execution. They've come down the field the last 2 times, and they've got 2 scores. So
I've been really impressed, particularly with the kicks they've been putting through, the little selfish kicks, the grubbers that are really putting the Scottish under pressure. It really shows the experience of the Beach and the vision that they've been able to
5 minutes
compile.
gone in the first half. Balmy Beach leading 19-9 over the Toronto Scottish.
McElroy there at the second row showing his skills to move the ball off to the outside backs. Again, the Beach in their own end, feeling quite comfortable running out of their own end. But that ball is out. Damien Douglas steals it from the Beach. Johnny Heron trying to get it back for his team. And Hayden Gage moves it out wide. Here's Wadzicki again, been all over the park all day. Well done by Gallen there to get by DeRamsey. Tackled by Visentin. DeRamsey on Connor McCann there. But his Beach teammates there quickly ready to receive it. Duros moves the ball off to McElroy. He's hit hard by one of the Richardson brothers. That's Tim, the open side. Duros moves deep ball off to Gage. Gage flat ball off to Sopik. Sopik taken down there by number 4, McElroy. Sloppy bounce pass there to the Beach, but McSween collects it well. He's tackled by Richardson. A lot of Beach players there in support. Flat ball to Johnny Heron. He does well to stay on his feet. Brought down at the gain line. Still recycled by the Beach. They've still got it. Great work by them to keep recycling ball, building the phases, getting the Scottish defense disorganized. The Scottish have been equal to the task most of the time, but the Beach just showing so much pose in building the phases here, moving the ball around the park, getting the right ball carriers at the right place at the right time. Telfer here takes flat ball up. He's tackled by his opposite number, Mangold. Heron over top, and that sloppy pass. Sobek drops it. It's collected there by Garrod McConvoy. Oh, McElroy comes through and belt scrum half. Duros, you can see this Scottish defense is just tenacious. They want the ball back. They haven't had it in a while. Duros moves it off wide. They have numbers here, the Beach. McCann off to McSween. He shakes off DeRamsey, gets the ball back. This has got to be coming up to 12th or 13th phase here. Garrod McConvey brings it in. It's a sloppy ruck there. DeRamsey getting a foot in. And that is a knock on by the Beach in that sloppy ruck, likely coming from McConvey there.
Yeah, very unfortunate, Matt, and it goes back to the old adage, you can't score with what you don't have, so the Beach have had the ball for the last 4 minutes. To your point, 13, 14 phases, moving it all across the field and keeping it out of the Scottish arms so until the unfortunate knock on there, so we'll see if they can retain the ball and they can move down the field with it.
This has been a really impressive play from both sides. I mean, the sustained attack and pressure from the Beach, I have yet to see something like that this season. But the Scottish defense being relatively equal to the task, they just managed to get a hold of McConvoy there and turn the ball over.
Again, a continuous play like that gets a little tiring. As I said, the fitness has been very impressive, but when you're going that hard for that long, it's little mistakes happen. So, and everyone's pretty glad to get a little breather.
The Scottish scrum has been dominant all season, and you can see why when they've got people like John Mangold who can bench press over 400 pounds, as well as Craig Johnston, aka Binky, who's been a cornerstone of the Blues team so far this summer. But the Beach fairly equal to the task. Nifty move there from the Scottish through the centers, and the Beach players off their feet. That's not allowed, so Hosey will award another penalty, and I'm willing to bet that Millen Cookson will continue to claw back what the Scottish have lost by having another shot at goal and hoping to get another 3 points to add to their 9 points that they've scored so far. That would bring it down to a 10-point deficit. The Scottish being kept in the game here by penalty goals, perhaps sloppiness by the Beach. And the Beach been scoring all of their points through tries and conversions. You can see two distinct attacking styles here so far in this first 30 minutes of the game. Cookson well struck, and both flags go up.
Penalty kick to Miller Cookson, number 14, Toronto Scottish. Score is now Balmy Beach 19, Toronto Scottish 12.
And that man, Millen Cookson, number 14 for the Scottish, has scored all of their points so far. As Connor McCann restarts the match, puts up the short kick. Collected by Wilson there, he's belted by number 8, McSween. McConvey's over top trying to steal the ball, but the Scottish recycle it well. McElroy brings it in. McGigan, first receiver, off to Gordon, throws a wide ball off to Cookson. He's got some space here. He's looking to run outside of Gowland. Gowland takes him down and dislodges the ball in the process. That's a knock on from the Beach, so there'll be advantage here for the Scottish. Good run there from, that looks like Binky, Greg Johnson. Recycles it well. Scottish now looking to build the phases. Flat ball to Mangold, who takes it in just a meter over the gain line. Deeper ball there to one of the Richardson brothers. That's Tim. He's stopped by Tony Watzicki quite cleanly. That ball spurts out. Andrew Denham's available to collect it. Pops it off to Wilson, who gets belted by the Beach defender. Here's De Ramsey, hard run up the middle. He's stopped there by the two Beach defenders. And you can see the Scottish now taking their turn at building the phases. Here's Visinton through the middle. McCann tries to make an attempt, but Visinton over the top. He gets the ball down. Referee Hosey is going to ask for some feedback from the touch judge. But that is brilliant vision from the scrum half, Visinton, to break through the line.
Yeah, what a great move. Saw there was nobody there, took the space, full speed, one-on-one with the fullback, and then makes a good move. You know, he was kind of held up there a little bit, but there was no obstruction for the ball on the ground, but we'll see what the call is.
Oh, great reach over the top of the head, over the line. Very well done. We see on the replay there the referee made the right call. That was great work from Visinton.
Try to number 9, visiting for the Toronto Scottish.
Yeah, it started all the way back, just on the other side of their on the 50-yard line. I was very happy to see Dan Gordon get the ball for a change. He hasn't had the ball much, and he's a fantastic mover with that thing. Knows what to do. So we got up about half, put it out to Cookson, and he had a great run. Kind of bobbled it at the end there, but great support by the Scottish, and back into this game.
Cookson batting 1,000 on the day today. His goal kicking is just on fire. And this
Extra
game
points
is
kicked by Cookson.
And the Scottish really making a game out of this one. They say to the Beach, anything you can do, we can do better. They build the phases, they find the opportunity. Visinton is the one who makes the break and scores a try.
Gone in the first half. Balmy Beach 19, Toronto Scottish 19.
And in good McCormick Cup tradition, this is a tight game here now, almost 35 minutes gone, and the score is tied at 19-all. Both teams playing great running rugby. Lots of chances for both sides, taking every chance they do get. McConvey there wraps up fullback Denham quite high, and this is a maul. The Scottish are going to be in trouble here, likely to be a beach ball, and it is. Referee Hosey blows it up. Well done by Garrod. McConvey's there, number 7 for the Balmy Beach. From Dublin, Ireland, he's been a force at number 7 all year. Typical open side flanker all over the park, creating havoc for the opposite side. As you can see, they're holding the ball up.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Scottish, but great running, great power, and they were moving along. They just couldn't get that ball down to the deck.
Brennan Duros puts a ball in, quick ball to the backs. McSween out around the corner. He's tackled by DeRamsey and McGigan in the centers. The ball's going to come out quickly off to Hayden Gage. Flat ball to Gallen, and McSween can't quite hang on to it. He does break through halfway, but that will be a knock on. And the Scottish will have a chance to restart the game with a well-positioned scrum 15 meters in from the touchline.
Yeah, well done by Connor McCann just to take that gap and come full speed, get the ball, and again, that's what every back dreams of, getting the ball at full speed, but unfortunately he had 3 defenders in front of him, so and lost that and didn't have anyone support, so great running though.
Beach now with their chance, pardon me, the Scottish now with their chance to build the phases again and see what attack they can come up with. Knowing them, they will likely run from here instead of kick. Ball moved off to Gordon by Visinton, out to McGigan, who puts it on his right boot. Bounces nicely right in front of McSween, and he's going to have some options here. A dangerous runner that he is. Pops off nicely to McConvey. Unfortunately, Hayden couldn't quite collect that one. That's going to be a knock on by the Beach. Scottish another chance at a scrum here, a few meters up the field from where they were before.
Yeah, Ryan McSween really showing he's got great moves. He's got good speed, a few jukes there, and great ball retention coming back. You know, unfortunately, Hayden coming across bobble a little bit, but very rare that he does that. So.
Look, bushy.
McSween here having the dangerous combination of size and speed and long limbs, almost impossible to tackle. Even if you do manage to get inside the straight arm, you've got a bunch of knees and other stuff to get through. Gordon here takes it up the middle himself. He's tackled by his opposite number, Hayden Gage. Visinton recycles nicely, flat ball out to Wilson, who elects to pop it off to one of the Richardson brothers, who takes it in. This ball is widely contested. Looks like it could have been turned over by the Beach. And yes, it will be a Beach ball. Wilson there on the wrong side. Duros elects to kick it there. Not a bad idea on a turnover because all the back 3 are up. But Hosey is going to bring this back to the penalty and let the Beach restart the game from there. Stan Gordon on the screen, cornerstone of this Scottish team. Made his debut in 2005 along with hooker Damian Douglas. 2 of them leaders of the team, 9-year veterans. Have really built this squad up from being a 2nd division team into now McCormick Cup contenders. And that ball doesn't quite make it out. And Millen Cookson will take his time here to clear his end with a drop punt. That doesn't go even close to touch. McSweener pops off to McCann, who elects it to put on his right foot, and that one is a beautiful kick down the left side.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on back and forth with the kicking there. It's I mean, when you're back behind your 22, you got to get that thing out. You want to move your team down. Even if you lose the ball, you still are halfway down the field. He didn't get the ball out. Beach kind of took advantage of that, and fantastic kick all the way down, maybe around the 10-yard line. So.
Yeah, that's a big mistake there from Cookson. He's been kicking well all day, but he had plenty of time. The ball just went off the outside of his foot to McSween, and as you do back there, move the ball off to Connor McCann, who's just got a beautiful boot. And not the best one there from the Scottish. They don't really relieve too much pressure from themselves, and the Beach now with a pretty good attacking platform here with a line out about 23, 24 meters from the goal line. Mackey throws the ball in nicely off the top. Duros can't hang on to it. The referee's going to blow this one up. That's going to be, I think, a free kick. Heron takes it quickly. He's tackled by Remington. Ball recycled. Now nice ruck in the middle of the field. Numbers on both sides. Hayden Gage sends it to, I think it was Allen, who gets belted in the middle. Still manages to retain the ball. McSween takes the ball up the field. Good support there from his forward players to recycle the ball. Gallen stuck with not too much there. Runs it to Ramsey, but manages to get the ball back. Not the best ball. I think it was intended for Hayden Gage. Sopik here caught in the middle of the field. Again, good beach support, as it's been all day, to recycle that ball. Squirts out the back. Wadzicki's there to recycle it. Good kick there to the corners the Beach have been doing all day. But referee says let's bring it back to the penalty here. And the Beach, who have elected to kick for touch in all the penalties so far, I think would likely, I think they would likely take a shot at goal here.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the 40-minute mark. Take advantage, going to halftime with the lead. I don't think Ryan McSween might have seen he had one guy outside of him on that last one for that little chip. So maybe if they had the ball out, maybe something on the side. But went for the kick, lost that, but they're still getting 3 points out of it because they had the advantage anyways.
As halftime winds down here, the lead exchanging hands 4 or 5 times, now tied 19 all. McCann here likely to make it 22-19 for the Beach. And yes, 2 flags are up, and the Beach will go into halftime with the lead.
Crowd reaction sounded like they lost it, but comes down to those guys with the flags.
Leading at halftime, 22-19.
And that's been exciting first half rugby here at the McCormick Cup Grand Final between the Balmy Beach and the Toronto Scottish. Lindsay, you'll see us out?
Yeah, indeed, because the players going off been quite exciting, and both sides pretty even going into the second half. So we'll send you back to the studio. Hope you're enjoying Rogers Rugby. It's the McCormick Cup final here at Fletcher's Fields in HD.
Yep, I'm ready to go. And here we are back for the second half of the McCormick Cup Grand Final between the Toronto Scottish and the Balmy Beach Rugby Club. Denham there from the Scottish restarting the match. Well taken by Johnny Heron. In the second half, score 22-19 for the Balmy Beach. Connor McCann kicking a goal just at halftime mark to stretch the lead. Deep ball to Gage, who throws another deep ball to Allen. Throws the bounce pass out to John Mackey, who gets around. Good switch ball to McSween, who hangs on to it. Good presence there from the Toronto Scottish to stop that attack. Again, another short ball off to the Beach. Trying to build the phases again, as they do. Good positioning there from Hayden Gage. Wadzicki, like his second kick of the game so far. Uncharacteristic from a back rower. And great pressure again from him on Millen Cookson. Unbelievable play from the number 6 so far. Stephen McDonald there doing well to be disciplined. Did not reaching for the ball in the ruck there. Wilson making a break there through the Beach defense. He's been running well all season, taken down by McSween. Advantage there given to the Scottish. McSween not rolling away, I believe. Visintin over top, and they will bring it back to the penalty here. And I wouldn't be surprised if Mill and Cookson were going to have another shot at goal to tie it up again.
Yeah, I mean, if they were the way his boots on today, he's fantastic. The sun's out, it's a little bit sunnier now, hotter. I think he might be able to go for this, which he is. So he's been 100% for penalty kicks so far. So.
No reason why he would miss this one, and again, he would tie the game if he were to get this one between the sticks and over the crossbar at 22 all.
Yeah, good control by Scottish, and what a fantastic move in the center of the field to start them off.
Shane Pierce now on the field for the Balmy Beach. Front row substitution. He has come on for number 3, Craig Telfer, as Cookson takes another attempt at goal, and it's successful. And he is 100% in his attempts for goal so far this game, scoring all but 5 points for his team today. And the score is now tied again at 22 all, and we have really got a match in our hands here.
Penalty kick, Mill and Cookson. Scores now, Balmy Beach 22, Toronto Scottish 22, 43 minutes.
The restart there collected nicely from Wilson, hit up by the Scottish. Forwards lining up for flat ball there. Binky takes it in, hard man to take down, but new substitution, Pierce there. And looks like there was a stomp at the previous ruck there. Couldn't quite see it from this standpoint, but good catch by referee Hosing there.
Good decision to bring Shane Pierce in, very experienced player, been around a long time, a lot of games, and then, some Ontario games. So good choice to bring him in. He'll bring some calm, and he'll bring some fresh legs onto that front row.
Speaking of experience, Jeremy, Shane has won 3 McCormick Cups, so he's been here before and knows what this is all about.
Yeah, exactly.
Great guy to bring in at this time of the game. He's known as the drywall kingpin around the Toronto beaches, erecting drywall all over the place. As John Mackey prepares to throw the ball in to Tony Wadzicki, Wilson unable to get a hand on it. And they wheel the maul to the open side. Well structured here. The Scottish trying to break it up. They'll wheel it to the right side now. Duros directing the players where to go. Well done by Heron there to get in the way of Wilson. Good structured maul there, but finally breaks apart. Hayden Gage takes it himself. He's taken down by one of the Richardsons. And the Beach still have it here. Good attacking opportunity for them. They're right in front of the sticks here. The Scottish have to be careful not to concede a penalty. Shane Pierce there taking it up again, making the impact as a substitution. Duros moves a flat ball to Gage, throws a deep one to Allen. Shakes off a tackle from McGigan. Still with the ball, the Beach are getting driven back by the Scottish, but still retain possession. Duros there under pressure, and knocking it on is Tony Wadzicki. And the Scottish now with the ball, and Gordon puts it to the boot and into touch to relieve the pressure. Well done by the Scottish there to keep the Beach out of the in goal and to keep the points off the board.
Yeah, the Beach are right down there, and again, the first leg of Shane Pierce, just on the 5-meter line, couldn't get it through, moved to the cross, and yeah, just fantastic defense by the Scottish, keeping them out, and a big hit around the 22, that goes back to them. So good on them for starting the second half without letting the Beach put any points on the team.
Jeremy, more experience from the Beach now in the field. Big Scotty Dunham, who's also won 3 McCormick Cups for the Balmy Beach. 2 of them he's won as captain. He's now on the field there, number 18, getting ready for the scrum down here. He's been a cornerstone of the Ontario Blues dynasty. 4 years now in a row, they've won the championship, the CRC title. Dominant force, and the Beach just an embarrassment of riches with experience and talent coming on the field here in the second half to continue the sustained pressure they've been applying so far all game.
Yeah.
Had a great season, haven't they? Winning the championship again, and they're going on tour to Edmonton. So a bit of a reward for all the Ontario Blues players, and also a big representative in the Canadian national team. It's good to see.
It's fantastic to see the many Ontario players we can get on there. They're getting the better for everyone in the province to bring the levels up.
Scottish now with a nice stable scrum visit to move the ball off to Gordon. They're going to elect to run this ball. O'Dwyer here on the right side gets hit hard. Still retains the ball. Flat ball to Binky there. Craig Johnson barrels into the Beach defense, recycling well, and draws a penalty for the Scottish. They can continue to march down the field and relieve pressure that the Beach have been applying. No points there in that drive from the Beach. They were well in the red zone of the Scottish, but not coming away with anything there.
Again, the Beach turning around, showing their defense on there. Scottish putting it out wide and getting all the way down the field, getting rewarded with a penalty, and now they're going to be deep inside the Beach territory and see what can happen here.
You can see on the screen Gordon and McGigan there having a discussion about the backline attack that's coming now. So far most this season, the Scottish have been going to Wilson as the second jumper. He's now at the front. Nice ball over the top to him. Flat ball to Gordon. This is great stuff from the Scottish, but the referee's going to say that's a forward pass.
Yeah, it did look like it.
Yeah,
But Gordon's done a really good service for the Toronto Scottish over the last few seasons, hadn't he?
Absolutely. I mean, that team
good general.
Yes.
Good to have on your side.
Great general in structuring the attack and really building a great team here that, again, as we said before, was a genuine second division team, and here they are competing for the McCormick Cup.
Oh, unfortunate break there for the Scottish.
Messy scrum there. The ball comes back out the tunnel, so referee Hosey will restart this scrum. They've been pretty clean so far this game, and I think a lot of that has to do with the referee's expertise.
He's had a good game. He's allowed the game to play. Hey, Jeremy, when you played on the wing and you looked at the scrum that was going down, did you say, look, give me the ball, or did you say, well, forwards take it away?
Every single time I said, give me the ball. Every time I wanted to go blind, I wanted to go crash. I wanted that thing all the time, but I played with some phenomenal players over my years at every level, so it's every other 14 of those guys in the field wanted the ball at the same time. So.
And that's unfortunate. The Beach with a massive overlap here on the right side with the potent attackers, Stevie McDonald and Connor McCann here on the right touch line. The Beach really botched that one with a knock on there after a nice run from Ryan McSween up the left touch line.
2-point visit, and I've been very impressed today. He's played a great game. He's made some great cuts. Obviously, the try that he scored was singularly his intent to not let anybody get out of his way, and he knows where his wingers are. So hopefully he'll pop one out there and let him run down the side.
Good man. Yeah.
Gordon flat ball to McGigan. Gigan barrels up the middle, making a tough day for the Beach centers. Flat ball here to Richardson. He's brought down by Wadzicki. DeRamsey up the middle, brushes off the first Beach defender. That's Mackey. Gets back to his feet. Visinton taking his time at the back here, throws a deep ball to McGigan. He does the old-fashioned torpedo kick. Haven't seen that one in a while. Crowd calling for a knock on that one, but well done from Cookson there to steal the ball from Connor McCann. Play still going on here. The Scottish still with the ball. Visinton over the top. Very nice kick from him. That's the second one he's put in today. Beautiful. Rolls into touch nicely. Great kick from Visinton.
Yeah, the Scottish giving the Beach a little bit of their own medicine right there. Fantastic kick over the side. Winger flying down the side, and unfortunate bounce going outside. But
Let's have a look at the replay, gentlemen.
See just the kick over top there, Visiting. Great vision from him to know that the McCann and the other two wingers weren't back to guard that one. That ball rolls nicely into touch.
good chase by Cookson.
Gage throws the shallow ball there. DeRamsey there. Again, just an outstanding defender. Stop that Beach attack. The Beach electing to run out of their own end. They've shown that they can kick, especially with those pressure kicks. And it looks like McDonald is barreled into touch there. So we'll have a Scottish line out in between the 22 and the 10-meter line.
22 all, and it's just, I get the feeling something's going to break out soon.
Well, midway through the first half there, the Beach, when they put that 10-point lead on, it kind of looked like they were really going to take it away, and they had a lot of pressure. They had a lot of control over the ball, but Toronto Scottish just say, no, that's not going to happen, and they've proven they've come back, and again, tie game. So I don't know about a break. These guys are really giving it all. No one wants to lose. This is the last game of the year for all of them, so nobody wants to lose, and everyone wants bragging rights going into next season.
Little shot there, big Scotty Dunham getting ready to defend this line out. It's won by the Scottish, not cleanly, and the referee's going to say that was not a straight ball. It's got to go down the middle, so that wasn't fair. It's going to be a Beach scrum down. Lindsay, if you recall, earlier on in the season, we were commentating one of the Scottish games. The flankers for the Scottish are twin brothers, so a little bit difficult to tell them apart. Pat Richardson and Tim Richardson. I was happy to hear it a couple weeks ago. Pat Richardson broke his nose, so we can finally tell them apart. He's the one with the nose on the side of his head.
That makes it a bit easier.
Yeah.
Are you surprised that Balmy Beach haven't scored more points so far? Did you think it was going to be this close?
I did, absolutely. I'm not surprised. This Scottish team is really something else. They're extremely resilient with the leaders they have in particular in structuring their attack. I have no doubt they have the capability to win this game. The Beach have lots of firepower, but they are a run and gun risky team. Sometimes when the risks work, they run away with the game, and when they don't, good teams like the Scottish can capitalize on those mistakes and stay in.
Let's have a look at this replay again.
Yeah, Cookson
Run
coming
up
in.
the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got four guys there on the sideline, it's more than not, you're not going to win. But to Matt's point, I've played with a few of these guys on a higher level on both teams, and they're great leaders, and there's absolutely no give up in them. So great guys to have in the field with you. They keep you at that level.
Wilson again, the go-to man, the line-out manages to win that one for the Scottish, but a penalty relieves the pressure for the Beach. Referee Hosey saying that the Scottish were going off their feet in the ruck. So now it looks like Duros will clear the ball for this penalty.
Yeah, I think fitness is going to be a key part. At the beginning of the game, the Beach were very, very impressive. And I think the Scottish were trying to get acclimatized to this type of a game, but now they're looking very, very equal. Obviously, the score shows that.
Still 22 all here and coming up to 55 minutes. The sun shining brightly here in a game that's been full of lots of running rugby with some short, selfish, pressuring kicks. Been an exciting game so far. The Beach looking to build the phases again. And the Scottish concede yet another penalty, and Hosey's going to have a word. Looks like he's going in his pocket. And this is interesting for the Scottish, an unfortunate time when the score is tied. We're now 55 minutes into the match. Raheem DeRamsey is going to take a 10-minute break.
Very unfortunate. He has been, as you've been saying all game, Matt, he's just been an absolute wall back there in the centers. No one's been able to get by him. He's had some great runs, and I've been extremely impressed with the level of his skill. That no one can get by that guy, and it's going to be a big blow to them if he's out of the game for 10 minutes. They're going to capitalize with the Beach's back and their firepower.
I would say that the shape of this game could change considerably for the next 10 minutes while DeRamsey's off the park. The Beach should be looking to attack those outside channels now without the worry of DeRamsey coming in and belting someone or cutting them in half.
Yeah, when you've got McSween on the wing and you're getting it out to him, I mean, because he's a great talent out there, they're gonna change their game plan a little bit.
Cleanly won there. Good jump from Heron, who boosted by substitution Pierce. McSween, one of the loose forwards out in the middle of the back line. Gordon does well to take down Gallon. That was a knock-on from Gallon there in the ruck. And the Scottish here will really try to raise the energy for the next 10 minutes and celebrate simple victories like that knock-on there. That is significant with the Beach building a nice attack there with DeRamsey off the park. The Scottish stopping it there. That's a huge, small victory there in the first minute of this sin bin.
Yeah, so they've got to win this scrum, get the ball back, and just boot that ball all the way back down the field, and try to take the ball from the line out.
Try to wind down the clock as well.
Yep.
Probably take their time getting there.
Yeah, great tackle there by the backs there, because they're obviously, as we know, the Beach have the extra guy to fly around.
Again, that was Dan Gordon making that tackle on Gallon. As you can see, they're really keeping it in tight, trying to wind down the clock and hang on to it. The Beach desperately trying to turn the ball over. Ball goes back to Gordon, who punts it down the field. No one there to take it directly, but McDonald catches it off the bounce. He runs back towards Cookson, but he's wrapped up by 3 Scottish defenders. And the Beach here happy to take the slow ruck. I would suspect they would want to pick up the pace of the game and start building the phases again. And Duros does just that. Hayden keeping it in tight. There's Gallon barreling up the middle. Does well running against Mangold. Wadzicki again out in the midfield. He's been a great loose forward for the Beach, handling the ball, kicking the ball, carrying it all over the park. The Beach hanging on to it here, but again, they're knocking it on and relieving pressure from the Scottish during this bin.
Yeah, unfortunate little mistake there. They're doing exactly what we said they were going to do with DeRamsey out. They're going to capitalize on that hole there, and Hayden Gage went through. And unfortunately, they just lost the ball there. So back to the Scottish, but that's what they need to keep it going to.
We saw Connor McCann there on the screen not too long ago. Most in this league know that he did play professionally for the Claremont Espoir team. Great experience for him. He's now back playing in Toronto at Balmy Beach. Obviously more than happy to have his talent back on the squad. Scottish here, happy to run here, and they're getting around the Beach despite having a man off the park. Cookson getting around his man. But who's that in the way of the pass? It looks like the Beach have recollected this one.
Yeah.
Well done from them, but the Scottish showing no fear. 14 men, and they're still running it wide and managing to get around the Beach. That's sending a strong message that we're not going to back down at all.
Well, Cookson not just doing it with his boot, but obviously running 20, 30 yards down there. Lost the ball at the end, but again, just to keep the Beach deep in their end is what they need to do.
And the Beach trying to get out of their end now. McSween, as he's been running all game, brought down there nicely. And the Scottish really weathering this storm here quite nicely.
Yeah, very impressive. This shows them a little bit of the heart, a little bit of what they need to do to win this game. And you know, they're not playing with a team that looks like they have one man down. That's for sure.
Coming up to 3/4 of the game gone now, as the clock clicks up to 60 minutes. Now 20 minutes to go in the match, and we're still tied 22-all. Shaping up to be a classic McCormick Cup match. That's stolen there by Wadzicki, I believe. Great work from him so far. Flat ball to McSween. He's belted by McGigan. McSween able to get that ball away to Garrod McConvey, who makes some good yardage there, wrapped up by Wilson, who has to be careful to get out of the way to make sure he doesn't concede a penalty. Duros there at the back taking his time. Flat ball off to McCann, who then moves it off to the tree, Johnny Heron, who does nice yardage there, makes about 10 meters. Duros moving it out, and McCann there kicks it almost directly to Dan Gordon. Probably not the best option, but Gordon gives it right back to McCann, which also I would argue is probably not the best option.
Great chip.
Connor McCann, great chip from him, collects it from himself there. Telfer moving the ball there, and unfortunately the Beach knock it on. Great movement from them, but sloppy ball handling lets the Scottish off the hook. Beautiful display of talent there from Connor McCann with the chip over the top and collecting it.
Yeah, to your point, questionable kick all the way down the field. And then with the Scottish coming back, but what a run here. I get great support. You've got your forwards there. Beautiful ball placement up top there in the ground, and just an unfortunate slip through the hands.
Nice work from loosehead props, Sopik to get involved in there.
And you can see just the players, there's 4 or 5 guys that they had there that they could have got all the way easily.
Absolutely.
Fortunate drop.
That's too bad.
Good. Scottish were there to stop them. Good defense.
Scrum down here at the Scottish 22. Visinton put the ball in, clean strike. Nice clean flat ball off to Gordon, who puts a beautiful pass out to Denham.
Forced it straight out.
And the Beach are calling for a line out back to where that was kicked from because it went straight out. Denham outside of the 22.
Doesn't look like the crowd are too happy, or the Scottish supporters.
And for the Scottish coming on the field is Brian Led.
We've got a replay coming up, and here it is.
And here's the kick. You can see that Denham was outside the 22.
Yeah, something again with a man down and with a tie game like this, you've got to be really close. We've got some great action here.
And here we go.
There you go.
The Beach make the Scottish pay for it.
Yep.
Big mistake there. And the Beach make them pay with a well-timed try with just under 20 minutes to go.
Yeah, it's how quickly it could change. I mean, 2 steps back, he's behind the 22. Boot that ball down, it goes out of bounds, and that would have never happened. So yeah, great capitalization by the Beach.
And it looks like, again, that's McSween who touches the ball down in the corner. So that's going to be his 33rd try for the Balmy Beach this season, smashing the previous club record.
Wingers.
Try to McSween for Balmy Beach. This is his 33rd try for the season.
And Jeremy, I can see you're more than happy that winger
I
getting
love
nice meat pie in the corner there, racking up the points.
I mean, again, you need all 15 guys, and it's a team effort. We all know that, but we kind of get lonely out there sometimes. We kind of get neglected. We get to chase the ball 150 yards back and forth all over the place, and when we get rewards like that, it's well worth it. And again, when you got a tie game, it's very happy. Fortunately, we missed the kick there, so there's only going to be a 5-point lead. But great efforts, and again, just the Beach capitalizing on a mistake by the Scottish.
That'll bring the score to 27-22 for the Balmy Beach.
Balmy Beach leading 27 points to 22 after the try to McSweeney. It's 64 minutes gone.
And the Scottish will be looking to the sidelines now for their teammate Raheem DeRamsey, who's sitting there and likely would have made a difference in that try being scored. And he'll likely be chomping at the bit when he comes back onto the field in a few minutes.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. He's not too impressed about being off the field right now. He's going to want to come back and show some redemption.
The Beach here are going to continue running. Tyler Allen moving the ball out wide to McCann. He's wrapped up. Beach recycling it, flat ball to the forwards. Make a meter over the gain line. Duros. Hayden taking that deep ball. Another great move. The back line.
Yeah, they had the overlap again with that one man down from the Scottish.
Looks like Brandon Kostick is now on for the Balmy Beach. Another substitution. Here's one of the Richardsons through. McGigan puts it out to O'Dwyer. And there's likely to be a penalty here for late tackle from McConvoy. And this is interesting now because the Scottish will likely have a penalty up where referee Hosey is standing. Number 7 for the Beach.
Interesting to see what he calls here. Great,
So
great ball
referee
movement.
Hosey, just we'll have a look at this replay.
Yep, there you go. It's clearly it's
Late tackle.
yep.
So Hosey's going to have a word with, consulted with the touch judge. It's just going to be a penalty. No cards involved.
Yeah, I mean, something like that, you've got the momentum, you're there. I mean, we're always going to hit somebody, but you get that chip over the top, it's kind of hard to stop. Obviously a penalty, but I mean, there wasn't much intent to hurt him there or anything, so it should be let go.
So Cookson going to have another shot at goal here to bring the score up to 25-27. Again, he scored all of the Scottish points except for the 5 that scrum half Visinton scored in that magnificent try.
Yeah, his boot is unbelievable today. It's this is what you need in a finals game. You need a guy that just doesn't miss, and he hasn't. So we'll see what he can do here.
That's well struck. And the flags stay down. So he is mortal. It's the first kick he's missed of the game. It's a tough angle for a right-footed kicker on the right side of the field.
You think he would have got it over with those red boots, wouldn't you?
Cheeky move there. Scotty Dunham up quick, but the referee's going to bring it back. Oh, it was a knock-on by the Scottish.
Is that what it was? Yeah, I mean, unfortunate miss when you're this late in the game, but where they are right now, that's the first miss. You got to love the guy. He's already got 17 points for you, so you do need those when you're down.
DeRamsey back on the field now. You can hear the Scottish crowd cheering for him, and he'll be wanting to make the big difference, but he pinches in there, lets the Beach player through. Advantage being played to the Scottish here after substitute. Rob Falls is on for the Beach. He's a dynamic back rower with the big mop of hair, number 20 there. You can see him on the left of the screen talking to his Irish teammate. Rob Falls, originally from Bangor, Ireland, now lives
Tall boy, eh?
yeah, Johnny Heron is quite the tall guy. He's a Belfast man. There's Robert Falls there knocking it on, unfortunately. Great dynamic player.
Yeah,
Again,
just a little out of his reach. Yeah, they kind of had to stretch for that, just coming onto the field. You don't really have that feel yet. He was on 30 seconds, so it's got to get him in the hands.
McGeoghan crashes it up in the midfield. The Beach equal to the task, but Rob falls in there to cause a knock-on from Visinton. Well done from him. And the ball's quickly moved wide. Mackey there carries the ball in. Well secured. Duros moving wide to Gage, who then puts another wide ball off to Tyler Allen. Now the outside channel, Gallen. He's been a force all game. Loses his footing there on the soft ground. And unfortunately, Rob falls. Now the referee says play on. It's not a knock-on.
Yeah, no, he managed to get the ball behind him.
Beach still with the ball. Scotty Dunham moves it off to McSween. Rob falls there in support, driving it forward. Flat ball to the substitute, Shane Pierce. Good run from him against Mangold. Scotty Dunham puts a quick ball off to Gage. Gage takes it himself, gets rid of one defender. Nifty little pass there, but it goes to ground. Collected nicely from Garrod McConvoy. Duros off to McSween. Big Johnny Heron out on the wing. Doesn't quite have the pace to get around the three Scottish defenders there. Flat ball is Shane Pierce. Good involvement from him coming on the field. Really been involved a lot in the second half. McCann throws a long kick to McSween, who's there.
Good chase. Great chase.
And the knock on there from the Scottish. Great pressure from McSween to put the pressure on the Scottish back three. They knock it on. And the Beach now have a great attacking platform. Scrum the left-hand side of the field, which means the scrum halves are taken out of the defense. And the Beach will likely have an extra attacker and a good chance to have a back move for a try. So look at the replay here.
And with the kick, had the winger down there. Kind of put a stoppage to the play, and It's their ball, isn't it?
So this will be beach scrum because of the Scottish knock-on. McSween, the winger, is staying on his wing, just in behind fly half Hayden Gage. And you can see a call's gone down the back line. Connor McCann, a fullback, standing wide. This is a nice scrum from the Scottish, and they steal it. Great work from them. Wilson comes away from it.
Yeah, well done with the Scottish.
That is a clutch play by the Scottish scrum there. Indecision here from Visinton. And we are really coming up to the championship minutes here. These players have got to be exhausted after a high-paced game. And they've got to dig deep for something here over the next 10 minutes. The Beach leading by 5 points. The Scottish really mounting something special here. Sloppy ball there from Gordon. He loses it, unfortunately. And the referee's going to say that was a penalty coming in from the side by the Beach player.
Yeah, great movement by the Scottish. Moving it around, keeping it tight, having their back come through, and this play right here, full speed. I mean, again, Dan Gordon, fantastic player when he's on, and he's a hard guy to bring down. But sure hands for sure, and move the Scottish up the field.
The Scottish will punt the ball down the field for this line out again. Number 8, Peter Wilson, has been the go-to man in the line out. The Beach have stuck a couple people on him, but he's managed to win a few good balls today. And this is clutch time for the Scottish to claw back a few points.
We have someone coming in.
For the Balmy Beach Club, we have James Mitchell now, number 22, coming in. And Wilson wins that one nicely, and the Scottish set up a maul. A little bit messy, but they managed to get it going. The Beach drive it back, and it dissolves. Flat ball here from McGigan. He takes it up hard, tackled by Rob Falls.
Thank you.
Absolutely. The ball's slow coming out. Here's DeRamsey. He's going to be fresh, but he's taken down by Gage. The referee is playing advantage there for the Beach tackler not rolling away.
Well, again, they don't need 3 here. I mean, they need the 5. They need the tie with 6 minutes left. So I assume they're going to kick it out of bounds. They've been winning their lineouts. Try to see if they can get the ball over.
6.5 minutes, maybe a bit of injury time as well. It's a tough call as to whether or not to have a shot at goal or to kick for the line out. And it looks like the Scottish are going to elect for the latter.
I've been quite impressed with Andrew Hosey, the referee. He's allowed the game to flow. He's played some really good advantage during this game, so I salute him today. It's not often that we praise the referees, do we, gentlemen?
No, they definitely do not, but I agree completely with you. No, he's played a great game, and that's what you want in the final game. You want the 2 best teams on the field, and you want them to play.
Again, the ball goes to Wilson, but that's getting a bit predictable. The Beach marking him pretty cleanly now, and that ball not won cleanly. And it looks like it was knocked on by the Scottish. This will be a scrum down for the Beach.
Just on the referee, I mean, he's not noticeable on the field, and I tell you what, that's been creeping into the field of internationals where the referee is becomes the showman. I just noticed it's changed over the years a bit. Am I wrong? No, thank you.
No, I agree with you. It's I mean, at that level that they're out there and they're on TV around the world, but it does take away something from the game. But to your point, this referee's put a fantastic game. He's let these 2 teams fight for the championship.
5 points in it right now. Balmy Beach leading. They've got a scrum in their own end here. And the Scottish wheel it nicely, but the referee says that's an illegal wheel. Loose head wheel there. Looks like they're doing it on purpose and not allowed in this day and age of rugby.
Yeah,
Matt, when you were playing international, how did you get on with the referee, or did you try to help him?
I kept my mouth shut in rugby. In rugby, that's the key. I'm amazed when I
Jeremy,
watch these soccer
you were
games.
the same, were you?
I stayed way outside in the wing, and I just by the side. I talked to the sideline judge and make sure he was on my side. But the captain's job is to talk to the referee. So
And that is a messy lineup, but the Beach get it back anyway.
great hit again.
Belting it right up the middle.
Sammy there to stop, and on that too.
To Ramsey again. And that ball is held a bit, but it comes out. And the Beach still with it here. Playing tough, ruthless rugby right up until the last minute. This Scottish defense is absolutely tenacious. Hayden Gage there, a bit of indecision. Thought he had some numbers out wide, but elects to hang on to it. Smart move. He's got lots of support there. They can recycle it easily. Falls here, takes a run up. He gets belted. I think that's by Peter Wilson. And the game is slowing down here, understandably. In the last 5 minutes here, these players have got to be exhausted. The Beach run out of options and boot it down the field. And the Scottish elect to do the same.
Okay, there's fresh legs right there. If they could hold him down this end, see what happens. But you're right, fatigue starting to set in definitely with only 3 minutes left.
And the Beach probably feeling a bit nervous about being in their own end. Still electing to play in hand. Good movement there from Gowland. Oh, great running here.
Great and smart
from the Beach player.
He had a lot of room on the outside, but then elected to stay with his team.
Oh, great work there from Hayden, reading the defense well. Here's Tyler Allen. Good fend off from him to keep going. He's got two Scottish defenders now. Rob Falls, good support from him over the top. Holds off both Cookson and Visentin. Looks like there might have been a penalty there for the Beach. Here's Johnny Heron running for the Beach. Good still defense here from the Scottish to stop the forward momentum of the Beach. This is a slow ruck. They're going to have to go back to the short side. Not too many players moving forward here. This is pretty pedestrian. The Beach have got to get that flare back if they want to keep moving forward. Ball to Johnny Heron, not able to make any yardage there. The Scottish defense is still tenacious. Look at this coming through the middle. It looks like it was Mangold there. Great work from him. As the game winds down, comes James Mitchell on the field. Rob Falls with the ball, brings it up to just 5 meters from the goal line. Tyler Allen is halfback, gives it off to Johnny Heron.
Yeah,
he brings it up a meter. The Beach have got numbers out wide if they can move it. Hayden Gage, they don't have the right shape there, and Gowland knocks it on, relieving a lot of pressure from the Scottish. That was a clutch moment there where the Beach really could have put the game away, but they didn't have the structure needed.
Yeah, of course. Wow, what great pressure by the Beach, bringing it all the way back from their 22, all the way down inside there. The Scottish 22, and to your point, Matt, they got out of their end. They could smell it, and you know they've got a few more minutes left, and the game is there. So if they could keep this ball pinned down the Scottish side, another McCormick Cup, so they'll be going to the Balmy Beach.
We're coming up to full time plus injury time. Here's the replay, gentlemen.
And you can see there's only 2 defenders out there for the Scottish, and there's literally 3 or 4 Beach players out wide that could have scored that try if the ball made it out there. You can really hear the crowd lifting the spirits of both teams here to finish off the game strong.
I think that's a lot of Scottish people down there right now.
I think so.
Really cheering for their team to take it back and see if they can get a score.
And those who know the Scottish know that they can score from anywhere, and that's what they'll be planning to do here. I'm willing to bet they'll keep this ball in hand. They've got a good scrum. There's always a chance they can march all the way down the field and score here. And McGigan, strangely enough, puts in the selfish kick, and that's collected nicely by the Beach. That was a bit of a strange move.
Yeah, you want to keep the ball.
There's big Scotty Dumnan barreling up the middle, but that ball's lost. The Scottish still with it.
Okay.
And they will have a chance again to have another scrum in their own end. And I would suggest that they probably hang on to it here and try to run it out rather than kick it.
We've seen this in the game with the Scottish, and we've mentioned it during the season, Matt, that, you know, kicking the ball from the wrong position, you know, the pass and beat the man. It happens a lot.
And they get it. So when you're pinned down, it's kind of instinctive. But
Yeah.
in the later stages of the game, when you need to get down there and win, you want to keep retention. You want to keep that ball and get it out to the wings. And
Time's running
see
out
what
for the
happens.
Scottish.
And this is full time here. I'm not sure what the referee's clock says. Bounce pass there from McGigan out to Cookson, who then puts it on the shoe. Strangely enough, puts it down the field. Good pressure here from Rory Love, aka Lovely Rory. Connor McCann barreling it up. He loses the ball forward. Now, is this full time, or is there going to be enough time for another scrum? The referee says yes.
Well, it looks like
Another
he's gonna play.
scrum for the Scottish.
And to your point, Matt, they just moved that ball 50 yards down the field in 15 seconds. So, I mean, anything could happen here.
It must be close because there wasn't much injury time in the game. But Scottish, this is it, do or die now.
We're now 1 minute and 30 seconds into added time. The Scottish are capable of anything from here. I've seen them score tries from their own goal line. And the Beach are well aware of that.
We'll see what, again, Dan Visenton's had a great game at scrum half. We'll see what he elects to do if they win this ball, obviously, and move it up the field and get it to his back, see what they can do with it.
Craig Telfer, the Beach, just down on a knee. And the crowd doesn't like it. I think he's taking a break to let his troops recharge.
Again, I think Dan Gordon just kind of went over there and said, "You got to give us another another 30 seconds."
And there goes the full-time hooter. So this is it.
Yeah, this is the game.
Do or die for the Scottish. They've got to score a try here. Wilson off to Visenton, flat ball to Gordon. He bangs it off to Ramsey, who bangs up the middle, doesn't make any yardage. Good defense from the Beach. There's advantage coming here. Visenton off to Denham, who gives it to Wilson, brings it in. Advantage still here from the referee to Ramsey.
Just giving him advantage.
And they're going to have to tap and go here. I don't think there's a time. Well, maybe there is. The referee said there's enough time for a lineout. This is very interesting. Very, very interesting. 3 minutes and 20 seconds now of added time. Scottish have gone to Wilson mostly at the front of the lineout. The Beach have caught onto it and been stopping it lately. So Scottish have got to come up with something special to win a clean ball here. And Wilson does win it, brings it down for a nice maul. The Scottish have formed it nicely, and now it's moving forward. The Beach there trying to get over top of it and break it up, and it comes down eventually.
Have they lost it? No, they've still got it.
That's it.
It's all over.
The Balmy Beach Rugby Football Club are the 2014 McCormick Cup champions.
Balmy Beach, 2014 Vic McCormick Cup champions, winning at 27-22 over the Toronto Scottish. Ladies and gentlemen, please give both sides a great hand.
What a game that was. I think that was pretty well contested from both sides. Two teams that deserve to be there. Good running rugby from both of them. Intelligent kicking, intelligent attacking.
It was, again, we just saw Dan Gordon in the middle of his team there, and I know he's telling them all because I have lost in this position before. You left it all on the field. They lost by 5 points. That's how the game goes, but they have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. It was a fantastic game. This is what I love to see. I was so happy to come out to this game, and I've been rewarded with watching this great game.
Yeah, Jeremy, it's great to have you in the box, and it has been an entertaining game, and both sides played some great expansion rugby, and of course the final score 27-22. We're going to go back to the studio. Hope you're enjoying the final of the 2014 McCormick Cup. thought I was... Welcome back to Fletcher's Fields in Markham, the McCormick Cup on display. It's a rather large cup, and that'll be presented to the winning side, Balmy Beach. And of course the Toronto Scottish will also get a bit of hardware for coming second. A great tight game, 27-22 in the final. A bit of rain last night, but the conditions were pretty good for the final of the McCormick Cup. You could see everyone congratulating each other on the field. And Balmy Beach players just mingling around, waiting to get the cup, and quite pleased with themselves. Matt King, a former international with me and also played for the Balmy Beach, so you must be pleased indeed.
I am indeed pleased, Lindsay. Firstly, because of a great rugby game, and I'm happy to see a club like the Toronto Scottish make it up to this level. They've had a great campaign over the last number of years and really become a force in this league. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't wearing my Balmy Beach Club socks right now, and that I wasn't happy with the performance today and eventually the win. I might have something to drink out of that cup after this.
And I'll tell you what, folks, you can't see them because we haven't got a camera in the commentary box, but he does have his Balmy Beach socks on him. So, a bit ugly, aren't they? And,
They're the coolest socks in the league.
looking at the players, Visiting had a good game for the Scottish. Any favourites there?
He looked quite good. Dan Gordon, as always, is really the cornerstone of this team's attack, and they've really built a great squad around him. Has to be said, Millen Cookson, his goal kicking was exceptional today, also his running as well. And some good work from John Mangold as well, aka Man Bear Pig, as he likes to be called. Really getting the ball going forward there. There's lots of good stuff to come from the Scottish team. I hope they keep their winning ways and stick around, and I think we'll see them for many years to come.
Looking at the Balmy Beach, Hayden Gage had an honest game.
Hayden Gage did have a good game. He made some great passes that created a few of the tries. I really have to give a big shout out to Tony Wadzicki there. He's really all over the park, and ball handling, ball carrying, making tackles, and even, which is rare for forward, is he put in a couple of great kicks and then put pressure on them and took the defender or the player who collected it, took him down. It's exceptional work from him. So from my standpoint, I have to give a big shout out there. As well, of course, Connor McCann, just magic as always. No substitute for talent like that with vision and running that he has.
And of course, Balmy Beach players just getting themselves organised, and of course the president of Rugby Ontario.
Okay, hopefully this is working.
Mr. David Nelson, to make the presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to hear from everybody around what a fantastic game of rugby we had today by both sides. Having number 1 versus number 2 in a cup final isn't something we see every day. And the game was well worth the billing that we had beforehand. For those of you who don't know, my name is David Nelson. I'm the president of Rugby Ontario. I have a few things to give out today. Thank you. First, we have the Marshall Division League Champion Award trophy here. Hayden.
Okay, that's the Marshall Division for the regular rugby season, won by the Balmy Beach side.
And a beautiful day ends up today at a 27-22 win for Balmy Beach. Hayden, you want to come and get the McCormick Cup?
So the Balmy Beach win, take all the hardware, the Marshall Division, and now the McCormick Cup.
And how fitting that a Gage is lifting the cup after what that family's done for Rugby Ontario.
Yeah, very good point.
That's a big moment for that family. The Gages.
And this is, was this Bruce Gage's 12th as a coach?
That would be.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's his 12th. That's
Pretty good record.
And with his son as captain, and now this year's McCormick Cup champion.
Very pleased. They're celebrating.
There's
That's a
BSD.
big cup, isn't it, the McCormick Cup?
Rivals the Stanley Cup, doesn't it? Now there's Stevie McDonald. He's been wanting to win a cup for a long time. Last time the Beach won, he didn't get on the field. And he was really choked about that one. I'm really happy to see him start today and stay on the field and get ready to hoist that cup. That's a big moment for that guy. And there's Craig Telfer too. He's usually a second division player with the Beach, but he's played in every single first team division game this season and is now won a McCormick Cup. Great stuff for him. Craig Telfer is really going to be happy about that one.
There's Shane. So that'll be Shane's 4th cup.
His 4th cup.
Yeah. Good for him to see him out there still.
Will be a 4th for Scott Dunham as well.
I see Adam Marshall with his little son right there.
That's somebody you can tell them for years to come. Now the Beach cleaned up Ontario Rugby, taking 2 cups in 1 season.
Also, we got to say, of course, Ryan McSween breaking the club record, not by 1 but 2 tries, being the most prolific try scorer in the club's history. And to do that in the McCormick Cup day, that's pretty special.
It's a lot of
Also
tries
gotta
in
give
1
him
season, isn't it?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Got to give him a big shout out as well.
So the rain stayed away from Fletcher's Fields. Good crowd here for the final. We hopefully next year will be back on to the main stadium, the Douglas Horn Stadium, just over the back. They'll have those renovations finished.
Well,
It'll be
Cookson
a
had
good-
a fantastic game, as we see him there. Unfortunately for his loss, but again, nothing to be ashamed of. He played a great game and kept his team in it right to the end.
Scottish certainly have nothing to be ashamed of. They really did play right until the end. Great
Yeah.
team. Played well all season. Unfortunately, just fell a little bit short. The yellow card certainly didn't help.
Yeah, with that score.
The Beach scored a try
Yeah.
during that, which was the difference in the score. But a player like DeRamsey, who's always kind of playing in those gray areas, he is so effective. It's kind of touch and go with whether or not you're going to step over the line and get a yellow card. You got to take those risks in these big games, though.
And of course the kilt on the sideline. This is the Balmy Beach under the goalpost. Just going to get the official photograph, and we'll just send you back to the studios, and we'll be back after this. Welcome back to Fletcher's Fields, the final of the McCormick Cup, and the cup's been presented. It's all over for 2014, but thinking of the future of rugby next year is joining me now is the president of Rugby Ontario, and Mr. Nelson, great to have you here.
Thanks very much. Great to be here. What a fantastic game we had today.
David, when you look back on Ontario rugby this year, it's been a great season, not only from club rugby, but on to the Ontario Blues and the national side.
Yeah, it's been terrific, Lindsay. Today was the epitome of it, with number one playing number two, in the club perspective. From the Blues, they lost their first game in 4 years and went to Newfoundland and thrashed the Rock to win the McCormick Cup for the fourth time. That program has done really well for us, not in small part to both the clubs that are here today. And we have many of the guys transfer themselves from Ontario through into the national program.
That's good to see, isn't it? Because it means that Ontario rugby is now developing. It used to be BC, and now you don't have to go and live in BC. You can play your rugby here and make the national squad.
It's a fantastic thing, and yeah, it's been a long time since for BC to be on the ascendancy, and now it's nice to have the Ontario guys where we should be.
Yeah, we don't mind that, they do.
Not at all, no. It's fantastic.
Okay, well, good luck for next season, and this will be, your second year as president?
Yeah, second or third, one of those two,
Right.
yes. Well, so congratulations today to both Balmy Beach and Toronto Scottish on a fantastic game today.
All right, keep up the good work.
Thanks very
All right. There's David Nelson, the president of Rugby Ontario. Joining me now is Dan Gordon. Dan, I tell you what, it's a hard one to take, isn't it? But what a great game for the final.
Yeah, no, it was tough pill to swallow, but hell of a game on both sides. So I think it speaks volume for the depth of the Balmy Beach side when they can bring some talented players like Scott Dunham off the bench. So full credit to them.
Where do you think the turning point was? The yellow card?
No, I think we stuck in it. I mean, it was a tight game right throughout. We can argue we didn't get the rub of the green in terms of some situations. But I'm sure Hayden's going to say the same. Yeah, I mean, maybe a bit of our own, sort of composure. We did have field position. We didn't capitalise, but can't fault my guys. So stuck it to it and played a hell of a game.
It's getting tougher, isn't it, for the senior players like yourself, isn't it?
Nice word. Yeah, it is, but it gives me excuse to play another year, I think. So, I'll take the licks today. Get out the bruises and try and reshape the body for the off season, and then. We'll get full go for next year, but full credit to the beach.
Sorry about it, Dan, but you've done a great job with the Scottish over the years, been a great leader on the field and off the field.
Thanks, Lindsay.
And of course, joining me, Mr. Hayden, the captain of Balmy Beach. I tell you what a game.
Yeah.
Tough game, eh?
Absolutely. We knew the Scottish were going to be good. We played them twice already, and they really took it to us the last two games. We knew we had to play. We moved the game plan around to bring some older guys with more experience in the second half, and it worked for us. So luckily, like I said, the Scottish they're building. They've had the same core group for 4 or 5 years. We knew that we had to play to win, so we were lucky enough to get the bounces and get the W.
Hayden, when you look at it, was it any players that, I know you had a real rock of a game, but was it any players that you were pleased with that really showed up today?
Well, like I said to you earlier before the game, John Mackey, our hooker, he's a convert from a back row player, and just this year he's moved into a first 15 McCormick Cup championship team. So all due credit to him. The McSween brothers both played phenomenal. Our back row in general played well. Connor McCann, one of the best talents we got, he played again today. And all our guys, even if they're not big name guys, they're all they stick to the system, and we all believe in each other, and we're all friends, and that helps.
You play as a team.
Absolutely, and we stress that through our club, that it's not about one guy, and that's how we can get a guy like Scott Dunham, who's on the bench and has no qualms about it, because he knows it's a bit the big picture, and we got to get everybody through the field to make sure that we've got the best, healthiest 15 on the field at any given time.
Scott's still going, eh?
He is. He's actually younger than me. I don't know if I should say that on TV, but yeah, he's right in the same age as me. So this is our 4th cup win together, and that's something that I know Scott, myself, and Shane, the only ones left from that first one in 2004. That it's a little special for us too, knowing that it's probably going to be our last.
Yeah, and it's history in the club, isn't it? Because you look at McSween, 33 tries this season, pretty good record. But yeah, a few years in the side have been in the 4th McCormick Cup final.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's it's the pressure that we put on each other to make sure that we don't leave until the new crop of kids are ready to take over that leadership role, and or or tweaking positions and stuff. But a lot of us are going to get shipped out to pasture this year, and we'll see how it goes for next year. But we're happy tonight anyways.
Seems to be a bit of a Gage dynasty, isn't it? You must be proud, and of course your dad must be proud of you, Hayden, getting the McCormick Cup.
Yeah, we'll call it proud. Like I said, you kind of, not too many families in Canada grow up with rugby as a primary sport, but we're one of the few ones, and there's a lot more in the beach growing as we grow as a club. So yeah, no, we're all happy that everything's going good.
Okay, well, thanks, Hayden, for the interview. And we'll send you back to the studio. That's the wrap-up of the McCormick Cup 2014. Balmy Beach taking the hardware home against the Scottish. We hope you've enjoyed the game on HD today. The first time rugby's been broadcast in HD, so it made us all look a wee bit better. We'll send you back to the studio.